ask you, what was the high point? But four guys under a street lamp. First time we made that sound, our sound. That was the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, Four Seasons!
So this is such an exciting role to have.
Yeah.
I just have to know about the audition process. I mean, what was that like? Did you audition for Clint Eastwood?
No, I got a phone call from my manager that I had an audition to play Joe Pesci, which I had no clue. I didn't know how he was intertwined. I actually didn't see the musical, and so I went in, and it was just one read on tape with the casting director Jeffrey Meeklot, and I read it, and then I started getting updates. I heard you're on Clint's short list. I heard you're his top 5. I heard you're on the top of the short list. And
just
then
having panic attacks.
Yeah, it was like a 2-week process, and then I heard the part's yours, and that's when I started really doing the research and delving in and really carving out who this guy really was. So it was interesting.
I mean, when I think of Joe Pesci, I think of all of his sort of classic films, Goodfellas, and what was it like sort of thinking, oh my gosh, I have to play this acting icon? How did you build that part?
Well, I played Joe Pesci from the ages of 16 to about 26 in the film.
Okay.
And he's born in 1943. Raging Bull, which was his first major movie, he did a movie called Family Detective in 1979. He had 5 lines in it. I actually thought he was great in it. That he was almost 40 when he did that. So I'm trying to figure it out. So what I did was I tried to just, after doing the research and finding out what he, you find out so many things, that he is a true artist and he wanted to be in entertainment, and that he was in a jazz band, and he brought Bob Gaudio in. I wanted to take each scene and sprinkle little Pesci-isms, if you would say, on each scene, so that it's something he probably drawed to when he was older, like the funny how. Maybe the Leo gets. Okay. So that was kind of my challenge, and that's how I wanted to shape him into a real person and pay him homage and not make it a caricature of Joe Pesci. Yeah.
Which I think is fantastic, and also, you're working with a fantastic director that I think finds the humanity in really broad characters. So I've always been curious, Clint Eastwood, what is he like on set? Is he a father figure? Is he, what is it like working with him in particular?
He's a sweetheart. That's the thing. He's a sweetheart, and the thing is that he's still your boss, but nobody would ever attempt to cross that line. And it's dirty Harry. You would never, but you show up well prepared, and since he's an actor as well, he gives you the opportunity. It's a collaborative effort. It's a team effort, and you really feel that when you get there. I was so nervous when I was getting to set the first day. I was like, I don't even know what to expect, because up until then I still never met him before. And right when I showed up, he called over to me, Joey, and I went over, and he said he loved my audition. And right at that moment, you realized that this is fully a collaborative. He's my director, I'm his actor, and we're gonna work together to do this thing. And it was great, and it's just the most focused. The energy is so positive on that set. I've never seen anything. It was amazing. It really was amazing.
Well, I think it's like you're saying, when you first heard about this role being in the script, I didn't even know that he's the one who brought the Four Seasons together. So tell me, since no one has really seen the film yet, unless the people in New York, so tell me about what your role is in the movie.
Well, the role is the young Joe Pesci, the movie star that we all know. And he grew up with the Four Seasons, or the Three Lovers at that point. They were all from Newark. He knew them. They were friends. He was a kid in the neighborhood. He was lightly managing bands at 16. And Joe Pesci was the main thing, that he was the liaison that brought them in to make them go to the next level.
It's like the untold story a little bit that you don't know about. Well, you were saying that there was such a positive energy on set, and given that you, not only is your character so involved with these four guys, you as an actor, what was it like working with, all of you guys are sort of like this exciting new group of no-name actors. What was that like working with them?
Well, once I found out I was hired on the film, I immediately found out that Vincent Piazza was hired on the film as well, and I knew he was locked in. So I got in contact with Vincent, and him and I, and coincidentally, he was going to be in LA in a couple days. So when he came out here, him and I started rehearsing, and then once all the other actors started getting locked down and they came to Los Angeles, we started doing like group rehearsals, and it turned into like a family, which was great. It really did, you know.
Well, I can't help but thinking, I mean, stories like this are so parallel to life as an actor. You know, people going after a dream, and an actor goes after a dream. So in what ways did you kind of find that your own life paralleled to this story that the film is about?
You know, it's the struggle. You know, it's, you know, a common theme throughout this film is if you have patience and you keep doing something you love doing, it'll eventually pay off in the end. And I've seen that in my family with my father, and you know, it's just kind of a true testament to life. And I think that's what's so great about the story, is that it's really an underdog story. There are these guys from New Jersey, not really a great part of New Jersey, Belleville, you know, real family-oriented traditional town, very familiar with Belleville. It's great people that come out of there. But you know, you constantly always have a couple strikes against you for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, they say in the film, in this town, you either get go into the mob and you can get killed, you join the army, you can get killed, or you become famous. And for them, you know, there really wasn't much for them to do, and this is what, you know, they did. So it does relate a lot, you know, the whole idea of just patience and doing what you love.
The idea of a star is changing. I mean, it's not like studios are built around actors anymore. It's not like even pop stars and rock stars. Like, it's, the whole world is sort of evolving. So for you as an actor, how do you feel like, I mean, what's your goal? Do you want to be a star? I know that sounds cheesy to say, but how are you seeing that the industry is changing?
For me, I mean, my overall goal is that if I have a career being an actor, and that I can support myself being an actor, the rest to me doesn't really serve that much interest. You know what I mean? If I could wake up every day knowing that this is what I do as a job, because these jobs don't last long. You know, you shoot for a month and then you have to look for the next one, and especially, you know, so for me, I just try to look, this makes me happy. So this is what makes me happy. This is what I want to do. But you know, it is changing. It's ever changing. But you gotta stay true to, it's something that you want. And that's what I want, is just for my career. You know.
Well, playing a character that is so tenacious and so hardworking, who really, created a whole character role around himself. What did you take from it, playing a guy like that? Is there some little like gem of knowledge that you're going to take and carry forth in your own career that you took from playing Joe Pesci?
Yeah, you know, his actual story, the fact that, you know, from the research I gathered, I was unfortunate I wasn't able to talk to him. Hopefully I'll get to talk to him at the premiere. But, you know, from what I gathered was that it was a tough road for him, you know, and at one point I heard he was digging ditches in the desert for $15 an hour, and then he got a phone call that his father was sick and he had to go back to Newark to help him out. And for me, it's just never give up. You know, you never give up on, if he always loved the arts, and that's why he's a huge hero of mine. That's why I wanted to pay him homage and not make it a caricature, is because I think him as an actor is absolutely brilliant, and he's a huge inspiration for me. So there's a lot, and it was such an honor to play him. It was like,
he's directed by Clint Eastwood. It's like
Joe,
a dream.
it really, it was wild.
Yeah.
It was really wild. It was a wonderful experience.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.